If you own a gaming PC and you want to make sure that it stays healthy, a good way to start is to monitor temps, especially temps for these three components. So why do temps matter exactly? Well, higher temps can equal to thermal throttling and all around shortening your PC's lifespan. We're going to start with the CPU. The optimal temperature range for the CPU would be 30 to 50 degrees idle, basically meaning when it's not doing anything, and like 65 to 80 under load, basically if you're gaming or doing something that takes a lot of processing power. Now the danger zone is going to be when it hits like 90 degrees plus, right? To kind of avoid that, you want to make sure that you're keeping your PC clean, reapplying thermal paste if needed, adjust the fan curve if you're down for that. Basically, you want to keep your CPU under 90 degrees. Now for the GPU, it's a little bit hotter. Optimal temperatures are 40 to 50 degrees. And when you're gaming, like 60 to like 80-ish. Since GPUs run hotter than CPUs, you don't have to really panic if you hit like anything above 80. It only really matters when it goes past 90 degrees. The fixes for this are pretty similar to a CPU. Adjust the fan curve, make sure it's all clean and dusted, or you can try undervolting the GPU, but that's honestly your choice. Lastly, we're gonna go over the SSD. Those usually just run hot like from the jump when you turn on the PC. So the ideal range is gonna be like 40 to 60 degrees. The throttling process usually starts when it gets past 70 degrees. Now, if you aren't already doing this, add a heatsink to your SSD. I will never recommend anybody use an SSD without a heatsink, since you know that's where your storage is, that's where your operating system is. If anything happens to that, then your PC is just... The good thing is a lot of motherboards nowadays come with heat sinks, so you don't have to worry about buying a heatsink separately or looking for an SSD that has a heatsink attached to it already. Now, I think the best way to keep track of these temperatures is to use some sort of software that monitors these temperatures. Me personally, I use HW Monitor. It basically shows you temps of like everything in your PC. I recommend getting that if you want to get a monitoring software. There's also Speccy, but that one's kind of limited. It's all up to you.